Ba-ba-ba-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Here I am, friends and enemies. Welcome to the Game Maker Jam. I have done a few more things since I last streamed, but I've mostly still been only streaming work. But I'll do a bit of an update. I finished the placing crates. I think I did this on stream. Place the crates. What I added off stream is these pressure plates, which can detect when the player is on them or if a crate is on them. And of course, like everything else, they change states. I made the light green instead of teal. Maybe it'll be the same color, I don't know. What is next to do is to code these to do doors. And then the gameplay mechanics are basically done. I just need to add a few more like bits of artwork and tile set for the artist to work with. And then I'm ready to go. I can do level design tomorrow and implementation of the level tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I got. Time to add doors. The first thing I'm going to do is duplicate not the crate, duplicate the wall sprite. The small wall. Door past. And they're going to be... I'll make them smaller. Oh, not like that. And I'm just going to put a great big old X through them. Okay. Okay, I don't like... There we go. That's correct. I don't like how the... There we go. Okay, happy with that. And the door future will be the same thing, but green. Oh, wait, no, hold on. They need two states. So this is like the... the active state. The inactive state will be this. And I will just do this. Sure. That'll work. And then I do the same thing, but I overgrow it with vines. Merp. Boom. Okay, there's our doors. And then we just create an object, door. And they're all going to be the past sprite. Let me think. Oh yeah, I have to remember how this project works. I need to inherit from all. No, I need to inherit from... Wait. I think I need to inherit from wall. I think I'm going to use solid to do my collision checking, so I can just tag things as solid or not. And the door would just change between being solid and not solid. Then the only trick is to remember that, like, if you're standing on top of a door when it becomes solid, to move out of the way. But actually, that is not going to be a problem because the player will never be able to change the state of the door except at some distance away from the door. So we're good there. I don't even have to account for that. In a different game, I would do that anyways. Just so that if something went wrong, it wouldn't break. Like, just be a little bit more robust. But this is a game jam scenario. Just been staring at this now. if I'm pretty sure. Okay, so I have an idea. Okay, one variable which needs to be trigger count. Oh, triggers required. And that one by default. So this will be the door will only open if there's some number of pressure plates held down that exceeds this amount. And then I need inverted. Yep. So an inverted one will be open until the pressure plates, or like it'll be open down until the pressure plates are triggered, then they'll go up. So that you can have kind of exclusive OR kind of thing. And then the pressure plate. Yep. Array list. Yep. Okay, so I need to then allow the pressure plate to have a list of trigger instances. And then every time they're triggered or untriggered, they increment a trigger count. So in fact, let me change this to triggers equals 0. That'll be the default. Excellent. Let me make sure that the both. Oh wait, and then this should have 9 slice. Yep, sure enough. Perfect. So this would be like, okay, grab this instance, put it here, and then I put it into a variable here. Except I'm actually going to automate that for this project because I have an idea. So I'm going to create a wire. There's a lot going on before it will make sense what I'm trying to do. Create sprite. And this needs to be 1620 times 3 is 60. 20. Boom. Okay, and then there is in the pressure plate, let me grab the pressure plate sprite. That, and then the lime is the other one. Yeah, okay. I need to separate this up so I can see where the center is. Perfect. It's kind of hard to see that background, but it's fine. In fact, I'm going to add a little bit of a glow. Okay. Okay, so I need 9 slice for this too, and it's going to be a little bit of a more complicated 9 slice. Open editor, 9 slice activate, and then these go over 20 and right 20. And then the center, it doesn't matter. Stretch is fine. Yes. Cool. So this is wire past. And then the wire future is the same thing, but green. Ah, wrong color. There we go. And then I'm going to create the object wire. Again, wire past. And now here's the plan for the wires. I go to RM main, I go to both layers. Oh, now it's the same color as the background. Okay, let me go fix that. really dark. Nope. Wire future. Wire past. There it is. Okay, back to remain. Try that again. Object wire. Great. Ah, oh, I need to set the origin point. Origin point 0, 0. Okay. It'll be like this. I want another one. Rotate, please. Like this. And the wire actually is going to be parent, inherit from all. And it's going to set its depth to room height +1. It'll be a little bit lower than everything else. And then what I want is for, hold on, let me make sure that the collision mask full image. I'm just going to do a collision check for any wires overlapping with any pressure plates or doors. And the pressure plates will learn where the doors are based on that. And that will also mean that the player will always know which pressure plates go to which doors. They're just going to be labeled like this. Now comes the tricky bit. Let me run this. Okay, well, we got to do some stuff with the door. Image speed equals 0. Sprite past equals P. Sprite future F. Okay, and then I kind of do the same thing for the wire. Sprite future, wire future. Okay, that should fix those problems. So now the idea would be, hold on this pressure plate, that wire will light up, and the door will light up. Morning cloaked, Relic. Hello, Relic. How goes development? Pretty good. It's going fast enough. I think we might have overscoped, but we're trying anyways. Okay, so now I just need to make these. Okay, well, first of all, the door should start. I think I need to just swap the order of the doors. They will be closed by default most of the time. Yeah, that's better. Now what I need to do is like a whole setup phase where there's a array containing all the doors connected to all the wires. This is actually trickier than I thought it would be. Going through in my head. Hola, what's up, Ivinsky? ¿Cómo estás? Okay, let me just start coding and see where my brain takes me. Game. Listening to more Squidward AI covers. That's not cursed, even in the slightest. Yo, what's up? How's it going? I'm all right. And how about you? That's how that goes. I know basic social conversation. I'm not a game developer living in his parents' spare bedroom. That can't be. Let's initialize the wires. And this is where I'm starting. Okay, so now I got to do this wire code, and this is going to be where it gets tricky. I think I close everything except that and remain. Put that back up, please. This case is the easiest case, so I'll do that first. Greetings, fellow carbon-based organic life form. What is the current situation? I can confirm that I am taking bits and bytes, and I am instructing the glass on the screen to arrange a pleasing pattern. I'm communicating with glass and carbon and silicon. The pressure plates need a variable, which is, I'm just going to call it targets. And I'm going to basically, and the wire will also have a targets list. Great. This is the kind of thing that's going to cause problems. This is where the code is going to start breaking. Everything up to this point has been fine. This is where it's going to get tricky. So I'm going to take it carefully and test each step along the way. Okay. First, I want to do until. Because okay. This should not crash. I'll put Vardan up here. Second, that's gonna tell me potentially unsafe, isn't it? Oh nope. Feather's happy with that. Okay, so this is just my follow-up for because any pressure plate that's not connected will currently crash based on how I think I'm gonna code this. I'll add exceptions for that to just prevent it from getting out of hand. Okay, this is the tab I'm clicking. I'm working on this tab. The other things are bonus. Okay. So now in here, actually done equals true to start. That's the default, and then I'm going to set it to false because what I want is with wires. And I want to use instance place list, which is a real shame that we don't have instance place array. I would prefer that. I will just make these lists. Doesn't help, does it? I'm going to keep them as arrays because I would prefer to work with arrays. And I'm just going to have to make a temporary list for this purpose. I can make a temp list and use the same temp list for all of them. ds list destroy. I can't commentate well because this is just more complicated code. And I door temp false. this will build a list. Pressure plate. And this is going to do the same thing. Kind of. It's going to do ds list copy. And it's going to... Oh, dang it. Well, this returns the number of instances it finds. Is that how that works? Yes. I'm just going to manually be copying all this stuff out of the lists so that I can have them in arrays. Equals 0, I is less than num, I plus plus. Nope. Okay. That's fine. Hold on. This is not fine. Put it that way. What was that hover tool text tab while mousing over a function? Is that new? This is feather, which is not that new, but you might not be using it because some parts aren't enabled by default. And if you're on an older version of GameMaker, it's like relatively new. But this is feather, and it tells you all kinds of useful stuff like variable types and all of this. You are not using feather? Yeah, you have to customize feather a lot to make it like super usable. In fact, I mostly ignore this category for obvious reasons. But you can customize feather, and if you customize it to your liking, it's really useful. Even just for this. And by the way, if you write JS stock for your own functions, it will do it for your own functions also. It's I recommend setting it up. It's worth the effort if you're on a more recent version of GameMaker. Targets, and then the value is this. I'm just copying from the list to the array, so I can do it again down here. Well, I can do it again twice. I turned off practical all suggestions and a few redundant warnings, been really good to use. Yeah. I moved some to suggestions. The errors are things I tend to actually fix. The problem is they're usually part of libraries. So yeah, all 12 of these errors are input, and it's just because they're not up to... also, the enum ones are bugs. These aren't actually true. These are incorrect. Feather ignore all. Yeah, but library makers don't all want to put that in their library, so I have to go through and do it myself. And for this project, I haven't bothered because it's just a hassle. But yeah. Also, feather ignore all didn't work on LTS for a long time, and that was really annoying to me because I do a lot of development on LTS, which is a shame. Okay, so now I want the pressure plates to copy all the lists from the wires. Equals instance place list x y obj wire temp false. Okay. So I'm going to just copy the array, destination index. Remember when they said they wouldn't update LTS and then immediately update LTS? Yeah. I'm glad they fixed it though, fixed stuff. And I've been enjoying using LTS now for a while. I'm really glad it exists. And the latest LTS fixed most of the problems I was having with it. You know, the one 6 or 8 months later. And now I'm very happy it exists because I can use that for a while and it's not gonna break a bunch of stuff. There's a better way to do this. Okay, grab the this is the pressure. This is the wire, every wire it's touching. And then I want to get the size of the wires target list. Okay, I have to think this through or I'm going to mess it up. And then the destination index is not 0, but size A minus 1. No, size A. Yeah, because I want to append it, basically. And then the source is inst.targets. The source index is 0, and the length of that is size B. So I need to do this twice because it needs to do it for doors and for wires. Oh man, see, this is where you want to be able to do this. Imagine if that worked. I probably need a parent object for wires and doors. Wires and pressure plates. For now, I'm going to... Wait. Now I'm going to do it like this. No way this works. I must have messed it up. I'm going to have to read through it and do it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to write this from scratch. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to test... I'm just going to see what happens. And I'm going to set done to false. Because the done condition isn't working yet. But I'm just going to see what happens because maybe I did it right. And then I don't have to... Oh, hold on. I want to go into the debug. Debug, draw. I want a regular draw. Targets. And then I'm just going to draw a line between each pressure plate and its instance. Inst equals targets I. For probably this is even just going to crash. Inst.x, inst.y. Do I draw a line set? I do. Excellent. No, I don't want to use glare. I want to use green. Nope. It's just aesthetic. I'll go for teal. Okay, it's gonna crash. Not only did it not crash, but it actually worked. Look at that. This pressure plate is connected to this door. I'm more upset than perfect. I won't. I can't. I'm more upset about that than I would have been if it didn't work. It's not done yet. There's still more steps to that, but the first thing works. I am gonna find. I'm gonna go do one. I'm gonna grab one thing. I have a macro in here that will help me out. Um, okay, yeah, well, that's good to know. I'm going to make my debugging a little bit better, and then I'm going to test more use cases and see where I can simplify it and stuff. Daughter of Dreams. B box X center. Is that how that works? Nope. Hashtag macro B box. No, who has this? X center. I must be remembering which project it's in wrong. There's this function. Wow. Okay, I know which one it's in, but I can't show it on stream. So I'm going to hide the screen real quick. Pardon me. And I will copy 2 lines of code out of something else I wrote. Where is it? Is it this one? There it is. I'm a little bit surprised that I don't have this in my Jam script, but it's a new invention of mine. Monitor back display capture. Okay, here we are. And I should have it in my clipboard now. Init macros, boom. Bbox X center and Bbox Y center. I just didn't want to do this math again in case I mess it up, but. Oh, it won't. It won't work in this context because it doesn't change scope. Just a quick workaround. Get Bbox Y center, get Bbox X center, and then let me add a little bit of JS doc for this. I'm probably going to add this to a project later, to the template project later. Okay, so this should now be draw. I can do this. X center inst get Bbox Y center inst. Really? Wait a second. I don't quite know what happened here. Is it connected to the wire? It is. Look at that. This is why it was good. It didn't actually work correctly. Unless it... Or... No, it is correct, but the hitbox is wrong. Because instead of the doors... sprite door. Collision mask. Rectangle with rotation. Okay. Okay, I need to know what's actually happening here. Is it referencing the wire or is it referencing the? Okay, that's what I need to know. I'm just gonna do this here. Okay, let's see what that prints out. Hmm. Hello, Game Maker. All right, that I did not like that at all. Alas, it did not work correctly like I thought it did. It broke less than I expected it to, but the pressure plate has ended up with a list of wires, not a list of targets. Let me set up at least one more sample. Like this, put a wire here, and another door. Oh, what? Oh, I'm silly. I always forget that the collision lists, you need to clear the list before you use them. Okay, so now it's going to be different. Oh, now it works. Also, is it lagging? Oh, no. Is that just from the... Is that just from the debug stuff? That can't be. It should only be 2. Is it lagging? Should not. What's happening here? Yeah, that's below 60 FPS. Okay, well, first of all, is it this? Yes. Why is it that? Aha. Sorry for the laugh jump scare, but that's not right. Incredible. It's oh, here they're some empty arrays. What a relief. Okay, so this code puts all of them in. I bet it's summation. So every time it adds one, it's getting added to the previous list. I got all the ref IDs. Okay, so I think I know what's happening, but it's not easy to fix. I can't believe how when I first ran this code, I really thought it was working correctly. Let me think this through. Okay, so what I needed is the check for, hey, if you have not done, if your array is empty, if this isn't going to work, but it's going to be better. Array length, targets, continue. If you've gotten any targets, then you're going to skip. Okay. This should mean that there's only one. Yeah. It's a pretty normal amount of FPS. Like 3,000 FPS. Excellent. I suspect if I do my printing down here, let me do that now. Let me show debug message. Found targets. I can check my output log, and I should have 2 calls, and they should have 1 thing each. Output. Well, okay. There's a bunch of pressure plates that don't get any, and they run 10 times because that's the max count right now. But these 2 find their references and only have 1 each. Now, this isn't quite right yet either, because why Scribble, get a grip. Oh wait, hey, I can do this thing instead. Hold on a second. Oh no, not on this version. Wait, really? Oh, hold on. I can do this though. Think that will work? Let me try that. I just want to know. Nope. What's the value? How does this work? Value 0. Do I put a 0 in there? Is this the docs? Oh. Okay, that's how it works. You have to specify 0. The newest beta, I thought it was in monthly, but maybe I don't have it yet. You can do the thing where you just put it directly into curly braces. You don't even need this comma thing, but this is better. Okay, so one thing, there's a lot to do still with this big old function. You can do it now? Oh, I need the $sign. Okay, hold on, let me try that. And then I will continue on that. Aha! Thank you. Even better. I didn't know about the $sign. There we go. That looks syntacted correctly. Let me try it again. Bad example. Oh, yeah, well, the key thing I was missing was conveyed, so thank you much. Awesome. I didn't know about this feature. I didn't know how to do it because most of my my development is done on LTS. Daughter of Dreams is on monthly, but I haven't done any string stuff in Daughter of Dreams since this update happened. Cool. Nice. Oh wait, will it stringify it to me too? Targets. That might work. Try that too. Only reason I learned about the $sign. Yeah, that's a cool feature. So happy about that. Oh, very nice. It'll string for me. Very clean. That's something, man, I wish we had that sooner, but I'm so glad we have it now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this temp inside of this static. temp. And then, yeah, I'm doing statics inside of statics. It's going to be lovely. And then when it's called, I'm going to do all of this. Ba-doom. Varnum. No more hello employee plus string employee name plus to your job. Yes. And if anybody uses Scribble, it's incredible with Scribble. You can do it, like, because that's happening all the time. This might not work how I want it to. But it might still work. I think this is going to have a scope issue because the static changes it to be scoped to the function instead of... Now I can do... Okay, this might not work, which is a bit of a shame, but... Wait, this is supposed to be... What was it before? Gotta undo everything. It's going to be wire. All right, because the top one is doors. Okay, so this is not going to work. It's going to crash with a... Oh. I've just been wrong every time. What the heck? Man, I love static variables. Look at that. This is some real cursed stuff. But this is one of my favorite things about statics in anonymous functions. Now I'm going to need like a more powerful thing because the problem is if I want something like this. Okay, well, first of all, let me test. I think these examples work. Those are fine. This, I want all of these doors should all link. I think this will work correctly. But it's a one wire, which is why that works. Let me go see. Look at that. All those doors are linked. Now the problem is if these were linked like that works, but and this would work. Put another wire up there just to make the testing a little more robust. One little wire is all fine. The problem, there's two problems, which is like if there's different wires or more than one, like yeah, two different wires will not work. Let me show that. Wire, wire, and then pressure plate or door. This will only get one of them. I've been wrong every single time I thought that something was going to break. Okay, this will only get one of them if there's a different number of wires connecting them. That I'm almost certain of. aesthetic. Okay. Okay. Thank goodness. I was so sure. Let me reset. That's a separate thing. Okay, so the problem with that is that because of this check, it's just saying, oh, hey, does... Okay, so I can explain the problem, which is this check here is saying, hey, you already have targets, you don't need to look for more. But because this is like looping until they all have targets, the one that has 2 wires takes longer, quote unquote. Takes one more iteration of the loop to reach the pressure plate, and the pressure plate says, oh, I already have targets from over here, I don't need to look for those ones. So what I actually need to do is just check for unique entries in the list. Every time. And I don't think I can do that with an array without array find index. Wait. How does this work? Is that this is for searching values on the array. Element index, find one that matches. Hold on, I think I need these. Unique. Yes. Wait, hold on. This is what I want to be using. Yes. Okay, array union will do this for me. Now the problem is I have an instance place list and I want instance place array. And yet. Oh no, it's actually fine. I can just use I only need the union for here. So instead of array copy with this weird old thing, I just say array union. And the first array is my array targets, and the second array is instance targets. And I'm going to comment that. And then I can just remove this, and I think this will work. The lists get converted into... Oh, okay, that didn't work. But it didn't break. Didn't find any targets. Great. Okay, fine. Oh wait, does this return an array? Yeah, it returns an array. Okay, so I just say targets equals. Of course, as soon as I checked it, just deleted them. That one worked. That one worked. These two worked. Yes. I feel like a genius today. Actually, I've been coding really well all day. What I did this morning for my paid work was some collision code that just came together quite nicely. So I don't think I'm particularly good at coding necessarily, but I am personally on a roll today. I think this is pretty much jam secure. Oh, I need to see if multiple pressure plates works. So let me try that. Multiple pressure plates, multiple wires. Pressure plate. Try that. Correct. Let me put that somewhere else so it's a little more obvious what's going on. Let me put another wire here, another one of these. See if they all link. So the problem right now is that instead of ending early in a sensible way, yep, correct, they just go 10 iterations, which is not performant and not very intelligent, but I think it's jam fine. Fine for jams. And if I ever code a system like this for like Daughter of Dreams, I will put a little more effort into doing it correctly, but cool. Cool. I'm chuffed to bits. Sorry. Yeah, so this works right now. It just you can see it runs 10 times instead of doing anything more intelligent than that. 10 layers deep, that's fine. If it stops working, then I could just add more layers. This is kind of what happened with the lasers in the last librarian, is I just run it until I was pretty sure the state hadn't changed. Oh, wait. I can make it intelligent. It's actually not that hard. The trick is the union will, if there's something changed, then the union will make it larger. So what I can do is just set a variable to the done variable to true. I can set the done variable to false anytime the array changes in length. Infinite recursion, what could go wrong? Well, I'm going to keep the max count in just to avoid that. Because I've now used this static variable thing, oh, I guess copy targets can just return true. I have a return available for this. Okay, so I say oh, I don't even have to do it like that. I can just at each of the copy targets and in this chunk and in this chunk, I just say var okay. Back to the size A and size B variables. Actually, init size. Okay, so init size is always going to be the array length for targets. And then after we do all of our copying, we say if init size is not equal to array length targets done equals false. And then we do the exact same thing here. Okay, so now it should exit early as soon as it goes through one iteration where nothing changes. That didn't work. What happened? Oh, maybe it worked? No, because these aren't getting any longer. It should only be like 3 loops. Oh, maybe there's just enough of them? 39139. No. That equals true. Init size. Length. What's happening here? I messed something up. Is that like this should be changing targets, and this should be changing targets. I don't. Oh, I do need this temp list. This temp list is here for the. What is going on? Huh. This is something's not quite right. I confused something. That equals false. $11, huh? And if I make this 100, it's just gonna lag spike when I load, right? Yeah, okay. This should have exited. So what is going on here? Done equals true. Init size. With the wire, why would the size be changing? Huh? Would not be. Wait. Like, look at this. The first iterations. Scroll down. Where is it? Here we go. This one. This one, it changes, right? This is different. And then it's done. Oh no, this adds this reference. So this one's new. At iteration 3, it should be exiting. Because these two sets of arrays are exactly the same in length. 2, 3, 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2. Whereas before, it's the difference is 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2. Yeah. So it should stop after the third loop. And I don't know why my code is not letting that happen. Hold on, I need to check my DMs. What happened? Init size. And I just do some, good old-fashioned print messages. Init size. Array length targets. And I'll do the same thing down here. What are actually the values that I'm comparing here? Because this clearly runs. Otherwise it would exit. But that might not be true either, in which case I want to know. Oh yeah, here we go. What? What the heck? Huh. I mean, they are different every time, so what happened? Ten, 11. 9, 10. 8, 9. Okay, so at the beginning they're all different because they are changing. Is it just the wires? Hold on. Maybe it's just a wire pressure plate. Because then it could be that the wires target list is constantly growing longer. Yeah, it is just the wires. Okay, that gives me something I can speculate on it. Pressure plate found targets. And I can say wires found target. See that the list is just growing and growing and growing. Yeah, the wires found targets. Oh, it's because the wire is going to find the door every time. Because this isn't doing it in a union operation. Okay. That is very silly of me. Well, let me leave on my debug in. Except for this one, which is, well, I'm pretty sure it'll just work in a second. Okay, so that's why this also needs to do the union. Because the wire is just adding the door back to its list every single time. Can you remove duplicates? Look at this. Look at this. Man, new array functions? Who knew? All right. Array unique targets. I assume the default is going to take the whole array, and that should fix the problem. Man. It's going to exit at 3, right? Yes! It's intelligent. It lives. It breathes. Okay. Dope. Array functions. Perfect code. It's gorgeous. Maybe I'm overhyping it, but I am so pleased with this. Unlike Valve, it knows how to count to 3. Yes. You're also learning about this $ string format. Is it new? Yes, that's also new. It's like last month or the month before. It's pretty much brand new. Okay. The lists are all correct. Yeah, last month. Okay, cool. I think I knew about it, like it was in beta for a little while, So like I knew it was there, but then you know I'm always slow to update. Updating runtime mid project. Wish me out. Wish you luck. You good luck. You should be okay. As long as you haven't been like, as long as you've updated, you know, in the last year or so, you're probably all right. Make a commit before you do that though, just in case you need to roll back. But yeah, the last few monthlies have been pretty solid. There we go. Okay, so I guess what I'm gonna do, and then I'll end stream. And this might take a little while longer, so who knows how long the stream will be. But I'm gonna make the pressure plates actually open and close those doors, because I now have an accurate list of all of the doors that are connected to the pressure plate by wires. So I need to make them do that. I'm gonna make a commit though. Dun. Where do I start? Huzzah, success! Nice! So much easier than plus string everywhere. Yes. It's a great quality of life thing. Way cleaner, way easier to modify. It's honestly a game changer. This is good. Getting the wires to light up correctly is going to be weird. I might not bother. Like, I might just light them all up. But the pressure plate only contains a list of doors. Because, like, here's the problem with making the wires light up. Is here's in the room, like, okay, what should happen? In this circumstance, obvious, this wire lights up, right? This circumstance, both these wires light up, easy. What about here? Okay, so the idea would be, I think, this door requires both of these two pressure plates, and this door requires only this pressure plate. So if you just press this pressure plate, then these three wires should light up. If you press this pressure plate, this wire should light up. And if the wires touching every door are all lit, then the door will open. So this one would only require this, and this one would require both. That's fine, but I don't know if I can find the logic for, like, these wires are just touching, right? So I don't know if I can find that logic. I'll see about that. What would be easy would be to just light up every wire that is touching the wire that's touching this pressure plate. So then I would just have to say, if I want this circumstance, to just always make sure the wires aren't overlapping. So this would be easy to code. This wire is touching this pressure plate. Okay, it's on. This wire is all touching this pressure plate. They're all going to turn on. I think that's what I'll try. And then I'll just I'll do the level design so that they are overlapping where I don't want them to light up. So like, pressure plates will all have their own set of wires. Or like if I had this setup, this, give me a pressure plate. Then all four of these wires would light up. It wouldn't, like, I don't want to have to check for this wire. Like, technically, I think this would be what lights up, just this top triangle or this top T. But I think I'll just code it, and this one will light up too. And if I'm annoyed by how that looks in the game, then just wire it differently. Like, there's logical equivalents of that. Like, I could, for example, undo. Redo. Oh, no. Well, I don't know what happened with my undo queue. Whatever. I can just like put a second set of wires. Like, that's what I would do. And then this would have to not touch. Okay, let me check this too, just to see if my code still works with this scenario. It should work. I'm pretty optimistic. Look at that. Gorgeous. Yeah. Makes sense. Cool. Okay, but I'm going to worry about lighting up at the very end. The doors and the pressure plates and the doors are easy to light up. The wires are trickier. The door is going to have a triggers, and it's going to have a trigger max, right? Or triggers required. Is that what it's called? Yeah, triggers required. Okay, so now when a pressure plate activate, so I need to exit early for the activate and deactivate in case they are already active. If active, exit, so that these will only call one time at a time, right? If not active, exit. Cool. Actually, I'm going to return false, and then I can have return true for when they do, and just in case I want to know that later. Like, did you activate? Or is this, like, was it pressed previously, or is this the first time pressing it? That's what the true false means. This sets this. And then var size equals array length targets. Hold on, I have. Ugh. Okay, I take it back. Honestly, the template completion kind of only helps for anything where you only need to fill in one variable. Did this stream on my end? Inst equals targets I. Oh shucks, hold on a second. How does this work? Let me just learn all of the new array functions. Element index. Okay. Let's try array for each and see how it goes. Okay, that's what I'm doing here, right? Array for each. Targets, function, element index. And then the element, I don't need the index. The element should be the pressure plate. Element dot triggers plus plus. But I actually want to call a method on it. Element dot trigger. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. Element dot detrigger. And then the door needs those two methods declared. Function trigger, function detrigger. And this is triggers plus plus. Triggers minus minus. I can't ever decide which way to do that. Oh my gosh, hold on. There we go. Stream was freaking out on my end, the chat. Okay, so then I just need to check, hey, is if triggers is larger than or equal to triggers required. That's the right variable, it's because it's in here. Yeah. Image index equals 1. It's triggered. this we'll just test to see if that worked. Boom. Oh, God, what happened? Trigers. Oh, no. I thought that was going to happen. I was afraid. My fears became reality. Okay. Works. They all work. Not Trigers, I know. Trigers. Some of them need more than one. This is just gonna, like, they're always, like, everyone requires one. I have to specify how many are required. Honestly, I could automate that too. Oh gosh. I'm gonna automate that too. Why not? It's gonna make the level design so much faster. Let's try it. Let's try it. Okay. So this is all done, right? Now we want to do one more step. Object pressure plate. Array for each. Targets. Function element index. Okay. Now we just say element dot triggers required plus plus. Okay, but then I need to make sure that the default for it is in fact 0 instead of 1. 0. Let's try this. Boom. Boom. Those are all ones. Excellent. They all are ones. These are all ones. This one should require 2. This. And that. Yes! Okay. And the left one here requires 3. Yes! Yes. It's so good. I can't believe it. This is going to make the level design so much easier than what I've ever done before for, like, Daughter of Dreams or The Last Librarian. Just connect all the wires, and it's really consistent. The player is going to be able to see the wires too and know, you know. Oh, even those crates don't transition, so they're gonna, like, this. They don't exist in the other world. Hold on, which ones do? This one does. Right. So that one stays. These ones are stuck in one world, so you transition times they don't. Boom. This one stays, so it's, yeah, it'll swap. Look at that. It's so good. It's perfect, if I say so myself. Incredible. Wait. Boom. Nice. Okay. There's still more to do with doors. For instance, there's no collision yet. I haven't done any collision or movement. Like, the movement is placeholder. Doors 2. Can now open, close doors. And I want to try to light up wires. I will do both of those things later and probably not off stream. Because for now, I've streamed for a little while. I'm going to end it here. That was a great coding session. I'm going to do more tonight, but I probably won't stream it. I might stream The Last Librarian later today, but probably not at this point. Pretty tired and I haven't eaten dinner yet. So goodbye, everybody. Have a good evening. If I stream later, I'll post it in the same usual places. See ya. Thanks so much. Good luck with your jam games, everybody. And have a good evening or morning, whatever time it is for you.